Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and today I have a layout where I am playing with Rochelle Spears and Scrap with Stacy. They both have blogs and they have challenges on their blogs. I'll have in the description box below a link to both of their blogs. And at the beginning of the video you saw the sketch, so it's for Rochelle's, it is to use the sketch, and then Stacy has the bingo card. I'm going to use the wood grain circle and frame, so I'm going to go on the diagonal. And so I am playing along with their challenge for the month of December. So be sure to go check them out and join in and take on the challenge if you are scrapping layouts this month. So I am playing with the Echo Park, A Cozy Christmas. That's pretty much everything that I'm going to use on this page, apart from, I think, maybe some enamel dots. I think everything else I want to say, actually even the enamel dots I think came with this collection. So that is the collection that I'm playing with. I have quite a few 6x6 pattern papers that I pulled out. I have this whole collection, so I have the 6x6 papers as well as the 12x12. I have that red plaid that you kind of see in behind that white cardstock, or actually it's more of a cream colored cardstock, because this is more of a cream based collection. I'm going to gut that plaid, but that is going to frame my layout, and then I am using these 6x6 pattern papers to mat my photos. I have a full mat from one side of each of the 6x6, and then I use just some offcuts to add a secondary mat around part of the photo. Those are the two photos that I'm going to use. They are different orientation than the photos in the sketch, but I do have the two photos, just not exactly both in a vertical. Mine are one vertical, one horizontal. And I'm taking the wood grain, so I'm fulfilling the wood grain part of the bingo card, and I'm using that for the banner part of the sketch. It's going to go on the top and bottom, so I stay really close to the sketch. I have the circle cut with that floral pattern paper. I have the two 6x6 pattern papers with that snow flake pattern, and the red that's going to span that middle section that's on the sketch. So apart from the fact that my photos aren't the same orientation, everything else is pretty much spot on with the layout of the papers, pretty much on my page for matching the sketch. I definitely think my embellishing is different than the sketch. I have the title where it is showing in the sketch, but I think I might have maybe more embellishing, which is not unusual for me. But basically, yes, I stayed very, very close to the sketch, which actually, as I'm recording this, I haven't placed the sketch in the corner. I will try to remember to do that, so you can kind of see it as I'm building it. Here I am adding some stamping with sort of just some like star type stamps from my stash, and then I have the Distress Oxide in Rustic Wilderness that I'm going to use on my background. Now, funny thing, so I left all that in, all that stamping, and adding the splatters. So I was impatient and didn't let my splatters dry, and I accidentally moved my hand across the background while I was moving the paper back onto my desk, and it got ink all over it. So I proceeded to get a new piece of cream colored cardstock and did the splatters, but I did not go and add all of the stamped stars. So as much as I would like to have had those on this, I didn't take the time to do that. So in the still photos you will see that there is no stamping anymore. But I left it in because originally it had been what my plan was to leave it there, but yeah, it didn't happen because, like I said, I ruined my background. So note, let your splatters dry, because if not, you're gonna have, you know, a smear of ink across your page, but oh well. So at this point, I have everything glued down, and here's that frame. So I'm meeting the requirement for the frame, which I do end up cutting and using in 2 spots, but I do use the frame. I have a couple of bits and pieces from the chipboard, which is that little piece at the top. This little, I can't even remember what it says, but that little word that I just put on top of the little chipboard piece in that top right, that was actually on a tag, I think, in the collection, and I just cut it out. As well as the wreath that's up at the top with the house. That was actually another embellishment. That was a circle, and I cut the wreath out of that circle. Now to mirror the sort of banner at the bottom of the sketch, I took the Merry Christmas from the sticker sheet. And so I really liked the look of that down there, and it fit perfectly with the sketch. So I have 2 more chipboard pieces that are going to be my cluster here to the side of that banner. The title, that was the only thing I think that was not from this collection. That was from a super old, was it Pink Paisley, I think, sticker sheet. Like enamel type stickers. So that is my title with Deck the Halls, and then the Merry Christmas at the bottom. So you could say Deck the Halls Merry Christmas if you would like to be change the title to that. Here I just have these 2 chipboard pieces. I do end up having to pop that tree up on some foam for the part that does not end up on top of the door. So I am going to play with that here. I'm also going to play with these other little sprigs of greenery I'm going to put up here at the top. And I am going to, for some reason, battle with how those lay out. I don't know why, because they pretty much go back in the exact same spot. But nonetheless, I did stamp these little branch pieces as well. I thought I was going to use them. It turns out I do not. I also thought I was going to use this little tag piece, but I don't think I do. I think it goes right back in the box. And then here are the puffies. I used those little sprigs, and then I think that was it from the puffy sheet. Sticker sheet, I'm still trying to play around with what I want to use. I end up deciding to add the snowflakes that are sort of in this cream colored snowflake that are in both the chipboard and the sticker sheets. Basically wherever I saw those sort of cream colored snowflakes, I grabbed them and placed them on the page. So I think there's even a puffy or an enamel piece that I put in there as well. So at this point, everything is pretty much, this is basically what it's going to look like. I'm going to go off camera and glue it all down. And I did add the enamel dots off camera, so I apologize for not filming that. But that is pretty much going to do it. These are the still photos, and I will have in the description box below a link to both of the ladies' blogs, so you can go play along with this challenge. And with that, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.